Ayo, I'm Tits,
Hey everyone, and I'm Areolas.
and we're covering Robocop. Oh my goodness. Hey, Lorenzo, did you ever watch this
Yes,
movie before today?
I've seen it once before, but I never saw it like as a kid because this did come out when I was born. But no,
Oh,
I
wow.
never. Yeah, I recently watched it, but I watched it again, and so yeah, I'm pretty fresh to the RoboCop franchise.
I think I have a similar experience. I never really watched it until it was requested. Someone requested me to watch this at patreon.com/AS presents only $20 for one movie review request. Just a
That's a
plug.
deal.
Anyways,
I'd
so I
buy that
watched
for
it.
$1.
Ah. What was I saying?
So you watched it?
So yeah, I watched it once.
Hmm.
So it was the first time watching it, and honestly, it's a pretty sick. It's a pretty sick action movie, sci-fi
Yeah,
action.
it's got everything. It's got robots. It's got sci-fi. It's
It's
got
got a lot of explosions.
it's
I'm a big
got
fan
like
of that.
a lot of bloody things, and then like some girl titties, and then toxic waste.
Man, there's toxic waste is fun. So, where does the story start? It starts with we're having a little look and a particular officer. His name is Alex Murphy.
Hmm.
Yes.
His first day on the job.
Worst first day ever, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
For-
okay, first of
uh,
all,
uh,
having to deal with like the worst type of citizens,
those
the
damn
ones that
people in
want to shoot
Detroit.
you. Dude, we're
Yeah,
in a
that whole city.
dystopia now. This is terrible. We're in a hellhole.
This whole city's just like overrun. The cops are like limited in workers because they all keep getting killed. It's
Mhm.
just high crime rates, and then the corporations, the rich don't seem to care because they're like
I
they
bet
own
they
the
have their
news,
personal
obviously.
bodyguards of their own.
Hmm. The security, they have fancy security systems and all that shit. So I don't think they care that much, but you can tell the news is a joke because the shit they air on there, like, oh, another cop died, and then now here's this, and then they'll show like
Yeah,
a
they don't really care that much. They're not really
yeah.
giving it the respect that someone risks their life to defend this city, which is really high in crime. There's a lot of murder, death, kill in this city. It's not a good city, so anyone who is brave enough to fight against it, I applaud. I personally would not. I would not
No,
risk my life. No.
I don't
I
think they
have
get
I
paid
have my
enough.
own lawn to myself.
Your own personal space.
My own personal space. Yes.
Hmm. And so they get a call. Murphy and his partner, which I forget her name. She's forgettable. She's just like a girl partner, and they get a
Yeah.
call. They go do it, and you meet the semi main villain, Clarence, who is just like a dude who wants money. He's a pretty badass villain. He's reckless. He doesn't care if he has to shoot his or sacrifice his own guys
Yeah.
to get away. And they get away to like a steel mill, and there they go in alone, Murphy and his girl partner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's honestly as soon I saw the painting on the wall. They were going to execute an order 66 on one person. And
That's
that
Star
was
Wars, right?
Murphy, dude. Oh my goodness. How did it feel? I want to go up to him and ask him, how does it feel to be shot? Don't
Dude, and
you wonder?
they don't hold back these effects. Like he
No.
what he gets shot, like gets his hand blown off, gets rowdy, shot in the chest like a million times, and then they're like, he's still
Yes.
alive. And the guy just comes and shoots him in the head.
Yeah, I don't. Man, he's got like some serious force of will. Like he's like powerfully just. I'm going to keep staying alive. I'm going to stand up to everyone. And personally, I find this to be very admirable. This is an admirable character trait. I like Murphy.
Hmm.
He's gonna stand up to his aggressors, gonna fight out. But then, he eventually passes out because he got shot a ton. Dude, it's a miracle that he was able to stand for how long he did. But, he dies. But here's my favorite part of the movie, okay?
What's your favorite part?
Is when cop becomes Robocop.
It cracks me up when they take his body and they try to like, oh, we can save him, and it's like, dude, are you serious? Like, he got shot a lot and he got shot in the head, but somehow they save him because they make him into RoboCop. And I know we glazed over that first part of the movie where it is a little part real quick where they're trying to make that big old claymation looking robot into the main source of privatizing, the police force, and that
Yeah.
robot just fucking murders one of the associates there. So they decide, okay, we'll do the RoboCop thing. We need to find a body, and
And here
lo and
one
behold,
is.
lo
Here
and,
it is. Exactly. You know how convenient actually.
yeah, it worked out.
Oh man. I do like Halulix. I like Robocop's design.
And
He's a cool guy. I
for
would
the
hang out with
time for the time he looks badass. That sound too when he's walking, it's just an added thing, you know.
yeah. It adds like some sort of weight. And
Hmm.
I feel like I I wonder how he moves. Like is he like his body is encased, surrounded by metal that is the robot, or is like part of him, like his limbs are just replaced by metal stuff. That's the interest. Yeah, that's what I want to know about RoboCop.
I think he's just like the face, the brain, and then like maybe the chest. But I know when they were like doing, oh, we can save. Remember when they were like trying to set him up at the beginning, and they're like, we can save the arm, and they're like, why I save the arm? Just get rid of it. Like, we just want him all machine. Why does he need a human arm?
Right.
And yeah, so I think he's just maybe chest because he feel like he has a heart. Like if he's
He has
still,
to.
yeah, yeah. As corny as that sounds, he has
Like,
a heart.
why would he need a heart to administer some sort of lubricant
Well, if you like to
to the
pump blood
yeah, pump
to the
blood,
brain.
but like if
Hmm.
you're replacing all of RoboCop with metal, you need some sort of like oil thing to keep him going. So
Hmm.
that's what the heart would be good for, to pump oil
Yeah,
if he doesn't need anything else.
you need some sort of like robotic heart that pumps oil to
Maybe
lube
it's
up
a
the
metal
joint.
heart.
Still a heart.
It's still a heart, yeah.
Yeah.
It's still a muscle. I do like dispatching RoboCop into the public, dispatching him, and he's just really effective. He's incredibly effective at stopping crime. Criminals are scared of him. People fear him, as they should.
Yeah.
They
No,
should, yeah.
he he's doing his job and he's doing it well. He's almost like in God mode, you know, he's just like taking out everyone, completing objectives, gaining XP, whatever you want to call it. He's just out there. Yeah, like
Yeah, he's just grinding, dude. You know what happens when you grind? People see you grind. And there are certain type of people who have recognized Murphy they know Murphy when they see him based on how he holds his gun, how he shoots his gun. There's like a very
Mhm.
specific way he shot his gun,
Mhm.
and I like that little detail. Because of that little detail, close friends of Murphy is able to catch on. Hey, yo, I think that's like Murphy over there, bro. And they can hang out with him, expose him to more details about his life, and then he gains the memory. And at this part of the movie, I'm like, oh, bro, is he going to like become like full of memories again? Will he learn everything that he knew before?
Yeah, he's having like bad dreams of his like execution,
Yeah.
and then he's having these memories of his like wife and son, and that his old girl partner that it just made me laugh because she's like, "Do you remember me, Murphy?" And to me, it's like, "Bitch, he only knew you one day, like, and you got
Yeah.
him killed on that one day too."
Why? Dude, he has bigger problems. He doesn't need to worry about you right now. I get it.
Hmm.
I get why he
And she's not
forgot.
even she's not hot too. Like if
Mm-mm.
she had like a better
If she was
face
like
or
a 10
body,
out of 10, it
yeah,
would be
you wouldn't be.
offensive to forget her.
Hmm.
So,
Definitely.
yeah, it's
That was my opinion.
oh man. What's interesting is Robocop's just trying to figure out more about himself now. He's just trying to learn.
Hmm.
Now that he people are like telling him the truth about who he was before he became Robocop. And then Robocop himself now has an interest in learning more about himself, which is fun because I like how the movie is structured to show Murphy in his natural environment, and then he's dead, and then he becomes Robocop, and then Robocop starts to learn about himself.
There's a there's a part where like he's arresting one of the dudes that had a part in his killing, and he says that line like, "Dead or alive, you're coming with me." And that dude
Yeah,
remembers him like, we killed you, we killed you, all scared like he's seeing a ghost. And
yeah, that's like
Robocop's able to
they're scared. They're scared. They're
yeah,
heckin' scared, dude.
and he's
They
just this
messed with
huge
they
machine.
mess Yeah, they messed with the wrong guy,
Uh-huh.
man. Ugh.
For a dude to fucking come back to life, and he's a this huge ass, like a little Robocop, like that. Like if you saw that, what Robocop was out in the wild, that you didn't know it had a name, you'd be like, it was some kind of Robocop, like you would.
Yeah,
That's what you would fucking call it.
exactly. I'm just curious about if they'll make more RoboCops based on this RoboCop being so good. But I there'd have to be cops that recently die, like a lot of them, to make more RoboCops, right?
I actually think there's like, in not spoiling it, but in a sequel they explore that. I think in like the third one where
Okay.
it's kind of like they put like a prisoner's brain into a RoboCop, and that sort
Ooh.
of, you know what I mean? And now it's
Yeah,
sort of like
that's
an evil.
interesting.
Yeah, I believe that's part 3. I think I'd have to.
That's part 3 of RoboCop.
I think so. I think
Okay.
that's part 3 where they explore that. But I know in this one, um, like you said, he's having memories and people are reminding of who he is. So he's getting conflicted because he's like, okay, now it's more of a revenge story. So he finds, eventually the main Clarence dude that shot him in the head, and he's just like not holding back, just throwing them through windows, shooting everyone at that cocaine factory,
Dude,
killing
he's just
everybody.
angry. He's
Dude,
so angry.
he's
I love
aggro.
it.
Yeah,
It
he's going crazy.
Dude, when he's angry, he goes big. He's like
Mhm.
explosive, explosives like it just seems like everything's exploding. That's what
And
the movie was for me. What was
especially
also
this scene, all cocaine.
Man, I can get his rage. Dude, his family, since he died, his family's like, "Well, why the heck are we here? We got to go now." And then they go.
Hmm.
And then oh man, it's sad. At this
No, you
part,
don't
it
blame
was
him.
it was kind of gut-wrenching. Is that what is it? What is that called? Like hurt me. It hurt I
It
hurt
hurt.
myself
It hurt your
emotionally
heart.
watching this movie. I got sad.
And right before he's about to, execute the guy who killed him, he's like, "You're a cop. You can't do this." And so here's RoboCop, and the human that he is, kind of on the fence of, "Okay, I'm not human, but still a cop." Like you could see the conflict in it.
It's nice. It's honestly really nice the amount of character within each decision that they make. Like it's just human. Ah man. I
No,
don't know
it's
where to
great.
go from here.
There's a clear like good versus evil, but then you have, RoboCop fighting with his own like humanity. I don't know.
Oh
It's
yeah,
weird.
there's like the duality. Like
Yeah.
okay. I like that RoboCop is a good it's a good duality movie, like represented as a thing. And the more that the movie progresses and the more that we learn about Murphy, the more that we learn about the robot itself, the more that there's like a decision that he has to make. He becomes more aware of the decision that he has to make, and he has to base the decisions based on whether he wants to protect and serve or help his family. Sometimes protecting and serving overlaps with saving his family. Sometimes it goes in conjunction. And
Well,
so,
well, to me, it's like he is a cop. He's programmed. He was a cop before, and now he's a RoboCop. He's literally programmed to be a cop. But if you
yeah.
had that chance where someone killed you, you were brought back to life, wouldn't you want to avenge your death? Like, you took my life from me. I'm gonna take your life. You know.
Yeah, he has to choose whether to do the illegal thing of murder
Hmm.
or to send this guy to jail.
Let the justice
Let the justice
run its
system
course.
maybe not get him. Maybe.
But unfortunately, Clarence was in cahoots with the higher up at what is called OCP, which owns the RoboCop. Uh, Omni, I forget what they stand for. OCP, Omni something Corporation, right?
Yeah.
But they own the RoboCop. So when RoboCop goes to arrest the main boss dude, he can't do it because that's like a hidden directive number 4. You can't arrest anyone in the OCP company.
That's a loophole. That's
Hmm.
corruption. That's corrupt.
That is.
Dude, that you what if they're committing a crime like they are right now?
Hmm.
Do you
Like they've been doing.
how do you break the directive? Is there not a way you can break it since it's hard coded in?
Yeah, because he'll just shut down if he does it. So it's almost like, well, I'm either gonna arrest him or die. I can't die.
At this point, I just want another person to come in, run in with like a bat and start smashing smashing the buildings and the heads of everyone inside with the bat. I'm just
With a
like, come on, that's how you defeat them. Obviously, RoboCop can't do anything. They can't attack the OCP dudes.
nope.
It's not
And
his directive.
so the OCP dude, the main guy, his name's Dick. He's being a dick.
Ah,
Releases onto him that Ed 209, which is that big claymation looking robot, and it just starts wailing on RoboCop. And this is the first time we really see him vulnerable, like he's getting fucked up.
Yeah, I don't think he really expected that. Caught him
No.
off guard. And because of that, if you get caught off guard, then then the enemy has the upper hand.
Hmm.
And I honestly half expected him to go into like a fetal position and start sucking his thumb. That's
No,
honestly
dude, it was that bad. He was getting just torn apart by this machine until he got to the stairs, and then the thing couldn't take the stairs. It started crying like a dog when it fell down the stairs.
oh,
And then
it
it. I'm sorry.
oh, I was just saying that's why stairs are bad. We should
Stairs
that's
are
why we
bad.
should eliminate stairs
You would
cuz
think
you
in
can fall down them.
a futuristic place like this, they wouldn't really have a lot of stairs, but I guess it's
I feel
mandatory.
like they'd have like ramps.
Yeah,
Once you
something
have a lot
better.
of wheels,
Everything's
wheels exist.
so futuristic. Everything
Yeah,
should be chrome and on an incline.
exactly.
Hmm. And right when RoboCop thinks he gets away from this huge claymation robo machine, all the cops are down there. They're like, "Oh my god, he's the enemy now." And some of the cops are like, "Nah, but he's one of us. Nah, he's here to try to kill OCP. We have to shoot him." So they start wailing on him, and he's covering his mouth because his mouth is like the only part that's human.
Yeah, covering his mouth because wait, but I just okay, is it for speaking purposes that his mouth is the only part that's human?
I don't know. That is something I wondered why. I feel like you could just shoot him in the mouth and he's taken care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that seems like a weird like Achilles heel situation.
Yeah.
Like why not have a like a mechanical mouth? Is it is like a human mouth since it's already there? Oh, might as well use it for a voice box because a voice box already exists. You know that doesn't really like decay or something. I don't know, but I feel like if you have a part dead human that died and also a part RoboCop, then the human would decay eventually, and then you'd have this RoboCop that is built around a decaying flesh, and it's going
Hmm.
to start smelling. Ugh,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's gross.
It would it's organic, so you're right. It would
Yeah,
eventually start decaying, and I feel like it's only left there for the sake of like comforting other humans into being okay with it, kind of like when he is around children or when he saves that one woman from being like assaulted, he's like, "Don't worry," like that's the
yeah.
only part of it human that people are comforted by is the voice. I don't know, that's weird.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, you can't really comfort a person by touching them because you got cold, dead,
Ro-
mechanical
Robot hands,
hands. Yeah.
but I guess the
Ooh.
voice is soothing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there must be like some sort of psychological effect
Yeah,
having a mouth there.
but
Uh,
I feel like yeah, it is sort of like a Death Star type thing where there's just a little hole you could shoot and it'll kill him.
man, I really like. You know what? I'm a big fan of the steel mill that big old fight, this big last fight takes place.
Hmm.
There's just so many obstacles and so many ways to get injured. And it's so fun to see everyone get falling into loose items and getting injured. And every time someone stumbles and falls, I laugh because it's fun. It's funny, honestly. It makes me pleased.
There's
I like seeing
everything.
RoboCop in pain.
Like when he has his mask taken off or whatever, and he just looks all distressed.
Yeah, whenever he's in stress mode, I love it. It makes me pleased. I'm like, yes, that's where you should be. Oh yes, wrinkle your face.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It, he does have an okay looking face though for like just it being spread out. I don't know. I don't know why you would leave it. You're right.
Yeah, he looks good
Now I'm
for
like
being
thrown.
dead.
I'm thrown out of the world now because you just like said, "Oh, his body will just decay," and I'm like, you know, you're right. Like he's not like infinite, you know.
Right. Unless there's like some sort of protectant that whoever made Robocop put on the flesh parts. But how long would that protectant last?
Yeah, no, there's a limit to it. It's not. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's silly now, but we'll get past that. I know, or I'll get past that. When they're at the
I really
steel mill,
steel mill.
uh, yeah, they're at the steel mill, and they get a lot of heavy weaponry. And like you said, this is a cool scene because they have a bunch of explosions, car chases, toxic waste, like everything's going down, you know.
Yeah.
And then
I yeah.
they go to. I'm sorry.
Oh,
They
I
go
thought you had
to.
a I thought that was like one part of the thought.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
no,
you were
I.
gonna explain the second part of the thought.
That's all I'm doing today is have thoughts.
Okay.
And then they get to that like last stand where Robocop is there kind of like walking on water, sees Clarence, and they have like this last little fight where they both kind of almost die.
Ah, I like that part.
Yeah, it's
I like
badass.
seeing them almost die. I'm such a big fan of like the ultimate stakes, the life or death stakes in a movie, because then it feels like it feels nice and tenseful. And I like feeling tension in a movie. I think that's my favorite type of feeling to feel from a movie is tension.
Hmm.
It's fun. You know,
Well,
it's keeps me engaged.
especially like if it's done right, where it's right at the end, where it's all built up to that, and
Yeah.
like you said too, RoboCop's been like this OP type of machine, and now at the end, like the stakes are even. You know, he could die in this. You know.
Yeah, what's nice though is that he doesn't.
Hmm.
Instead, I do enjoy the fact that he is alive and knows the mystery behind who he is and his past. And this very last line, he gets asked, "Yo, what's your name?" And then he be like, "Murphy." And I'm like, "Yo, you did it. You figured out who you is. I didn't know that was the point of RoboCop, but now it was awesome. It was awesome experiencing this movie. It was so fun. There's a lot of explosions everywhere.
Hmm.
Holy diggity dang! I didn't realize how cool this movie was until I
No,
watched it.
it's very good. It's very. I think it lives up to its name of like action, futuristic, and all that. And I don't
Yes.
know, it did everything right. I feel it's like one of those movies where if I had made it, I'd be like, man, I'm proud of that movie. Like we made a fucking good movie, you know?
Yeah. Be like
Yeah.
everyone that I've ever heard ever exist has told me that RoboCop is awesome. And I can attest to that. RoboCop is awesome. And then I think, wow, RoboCop is so awesome. It inspires me. You know, it's inspirational to seeing how cool everything is, the craftsmanship of the movie itself. I do appreciate I do appreciate all the planning. There's clearly like a ton of planning involved. And
Hmm.
especially with uh with RoboCop, his suit, his design, hot diggity dang. I love it. I love the design. I've already mentioned this, but did I say that I love his design because it's really cool?
Hey man, do you love his design?
Yes. How did you know?
I just had a hunch. No, it's just crazy to think on paper. What's this movie about? Oh, it's a fucking cop that's a robot. It sounds silly as fuck, but they fucking made it like good. Like I don't know.
It's really just like an identity movie.
Yeah,
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 it's the guy trying to find his identity and also fight crime and cool explosions. This movie works well if you're not paying attention to it, and this movie works well if you're paying hyperly attention to it.
yeah. It's weird how it like hits all notes, and it's just I don't know. It sucks you into that world, and it's so good,
Yeah.
so good.
What would you rate this movie?
I'd say probably a 9.5.
A 9.5?
Really good. Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Um,
the half is where I hate to say it, but like whenever I do see him getting like really shot at, like at the end, he's like rolling around like he's all like a parkour, but like very well he couldn't roll around like that. Like whatever, I don't know. I'm nitpicking now, but that's
I
what would you give
mean,
it?
it's a pretty great movie. I think I would give it Robocop like a solid like an 8. It's a pretty epic movie. I
Yeah,
like it a lot.
no, it's a really good watch. Like I mean, it's something I'd want to show like my niece, but I know she's not old enough because it's very graphic. It's a very graphic movie.
It's very violent.
Mhm.
There's many violence in this movie.
Mhm.
If if I do like the amount of gore. It's pretty tasteful. It's a tasteful amount of gore. Like I didn't
It's
know that's too much blood. Did you?
it's the appropriate amount. I feel like if you were to get shot that many times, that's how much blood would come out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like I'm not like it's not spraying all over the place with blood.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're realistic.
Yeah.
Good place to
For
put it.
as fantasy of a movie this is, it seems to be in its own abide by its own rules of realism. So
I like
that's
it when
always
movies
good.
do that.
Yeah.
When it's like obviously fake, but this fake has some rules that it applies by, and so it feels real. It's neat.
No, it's a great film. But that's RoboCop from
That was
1987.
RoboCop.
Yeah, and we have a game, like
Ooh,
we always
game.
do. Yeah. Since I don't know if you've heard of this with RoboCop, but there's some people that speculate that it's an allegory of the story of Jesus Christ. Have you heard of that?
How? I've never heard
Uh,
that before.
so there's like I don't know, how people overanalyze movies or start, picking at them, dissecting them, but just the idea of
Yeah.
a man dying and then resurrecting, like Jesus Christ did.
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
It's
I
a
mean,
stretch, but yeah,
Jesus Christ didn't go full vigilante after he rose from the grave.
that's true.
He
Uh,
didn't like start shooting people.
it's a stretch, but a lot of people say this is like an allegory for Jesus Christ. And there's even a part here. I'll show you the screenshot where
Ooh.
you see this scene here at the end where he's walking on water,
Yeah.
and that a lot of people allude to like, oh, that's like
Wait,
him
he's
being like
walking on
Jesus.
water?
He's actually walking on like a low amount of shallow water, but it looks like he's walking on water with the shot. So
I
people say, "Oh, he's like Jesus because Jesus walked on water."
it does not from here personally it does not look like he's walking on water. He looks like he's walking in water. If he was walking on water there wouldn't be any splash.
Yeah,
Like we're you're splashing
that,
so your feet's clearly in the water.
but it's sort of like I don't know. That's what a lot of people speculate. But that's where we're going with
I'm
this
just being
game.
nitpicky to them. I'm being mean to them because
It is a
I don't
stretch.
believe their theory at all.
It is
And
a stretch.
it's
But
a
we're gonna
stretch.
talk about yes, stretch.
It's
We're
like
gonna talk
yeah,
about
stretch.
saints, and I don't know if you know
Saints.
about saints. But saints, there are saints for everything, from what I have looked up and researched.
Saints? Like what type of
Y-
saints?
So basically, anyone back in the biblical days who performed a quote unquote miracle can be a saint, right? And I remember
What
like my
qualifies
mother
as a miracle?
back then it was very low. The bar was very low. Like for
Okay.
instance, for instance, there's a saint, and I didn't even get the saint for this name, but there was a saint my mother would pray to help find her keys, and the saint, that's all he would do is help you find stuff. That was the miracle he performed, right?
You find wait, would the saints go find the stuff for you? Like
It
be
would help
there a
you.
searcher? Or would they pray for your keys to magically show up?
Yeah, and then suddenly they would show up. That's how prayer works. Prayer is very odd. Um,
Weird.
but they have a lot of saints. Like there's a hundreds of them, and I've shown here pictures, and I'm gonna tell you what saint they are, and you guess what they do, what their miracle is.
All right.
And the first one's pretty funny. You'll see how exactly it goes. But this here is Saint Benjamin. What do
Saint
you think he's?
Benjamin.
What do you think he's the saint of?
He's the saint of making clothing be repaired.
Okay,
Repairing
that's
clothing.
actually a good answer, but literally, he is the saint of anyone named Benjamin. That's it.
Wh- wait. What? What? Wait.
Like,
What
if
do you
your
mean?
name's
Wait. Saints, I perform miracles on anyone who's a man Benjamin.
yeah, if your name is Benjamin, you pray to him. That's it. He's a saint for all name people named Benjamin.
But you're praying to him, or is he praying? The saint system's weird
Yeah,
to
he helps
me.
people named Benjamin. He's the saint of all Benjamins. That's why he's Saint Benjamin.
Okay, so other Benjamins other than him would pray to Saint Benjamin, and then Saint Benjamin would feel these prayers being shot in his direction and guide them up to God. He'd be kind of just like a beacon, I guess. A prayer
Or
beacon?
or if you have a friend named Benjamin, you would pray to Saint Benjamin to help your friend Benjamin.
But would Saint Benjamin pray for you?
Yeah,
Or is he not alive?
because your friend's named Benjamin.
So he would come to your house if you're not a Benjamin. And he's like, hey, I'm going to pray for your friend Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because his
And
name's
then
Benjamin.
that Benjamin is blessed.
Yeah, whatever he needs help with, like whether it's homework or money or uh
Okay.
broken leg or something.
That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense now.
I'm glad you could make sense with that 'cause it literally isn't supposed to make sense. We'll try this next. It doesn't get as strange as that. That's probably the strangest one.
Okay.
But here is
Dang.
Saint Amelia.
Wait, I thought
Oh
I was
shit!
supposed to guess.
No. I tell you the saint's name and then you guess what they're the saint
Oh,
of. Because
okay.
the names. No, I don't think you're gonna guess.
Oh, I'm not
Saint
gonna
Amelia.
guess based off of their names. Okay. This is Saint Amelia. She's the saint of birds. She prays for all birds.
Dude, that actually is really close. She's the saint of fishermen and farmers.
Fishermen and farmers? So
Yeah.
go to
Here's
Saint
the story.
Amelia.
One of Amelia's miracles was she rode across a river on the back of a large fish. And when people saw that, they knew to pray for her. Fishermen pray to her for fish, and farmers pray to her for food or water. I don't know.
Because she swam on the back of a fish.
Of a large fish.
Of a large fish. Like she was
Yeah.
just riding it? like a
I
surfboard or
guess
something?
like when you grab onto a dolphin or like a
Oh, I
Pokemon.
guess you're just like swimming behind it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why she's the saint of fishermen. You
that
kind of
is
get it like
strange.
now how it works.
Yeah, they people see you do a thing that nobody else would do, and then
Mhm.
you're automatically a saint. I get it
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's weird.
Oh,
It
weird.
and these are like in the these are official. Like you can find them in the Bible. Official is as official as the Bible is, but this is Saint Felicity. What do you think
Felicity.
she's the? What do you think she's the saint of?
Can you zoom in on the picture?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. There you go, Saint Felicity.
What the fuck? She's the saint of. She's the saint of angels.
She is the saint for someone if they watch their loved ones suffer. Like if you're watching, let's say you're a mother and you're watching your son like sick and suffering, you pray to Saint Felicity. And you want to know why?
Oh, hmm.
So her sons, she was arrested and ordered to make a sacrifice to the idols, which she refused. So her sons were then threatened, and she refused again. So she watched as all of her seven sons were killed one by one in front of her,
Oh, jeez.
and then they cut her head off too. After that,
Oh, jeez. Oh,
yeah.
that's not
So
good. That's
yeah, yeah.
terrible. That's terrible.
That's a miracle. She performed a miracle by watching her children suffer in front of her.
Wait. And then was she saint until she got decapitated herself? Or is she still saint now?
She's a saint now. It's just the way like the story's told is that even after she saw all her sons die and suffer, she was like, I will still not sacrifice anything to the Lord or to a life or whatever, and then they killed her.
Okay, so she became a saint after after number 7 died. Or did it start at number 1?
No, I think it was after all of them, and then she got beheaded for still not
Okay,
like
so
yeah.
it requires to see 6 of your sons die. Actually, 7 of your sons die
Hmm.
instead of 6. So 6 isn't as bad as 7, but your sons are still dying.
Yeah, in all right in front of you one by one.
One son's okay. You don't have one son is all right.
Yeah.
If they all lived and one of the sons, yeah, it's all right. You're not a saint.
No, she saw a 7. That's
Okay. All right. Just wanted to clarify that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, if it were like 3, that'd be weird. She would be like, "Nah, you didn't suffer."
You didn't
The
suffer
fuck?
enough. Yeah,
We
oof.
your name's not Benjamin. You didn't suffer.
Right.
Yeah. Next one. Saint Joshua.
Oh, holy righteous. Is he the saint of the clouds and trees?
That's that's not very close. I wanted to tell you that was close. That's not close. He is the saint of spies and intelligent officials.
W- Huh?
So
Like pray
Joshua
to
served.
him?
If you're a spy, you pray to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh, Joshua served as a spy for Moses as he prepared to lead the Israelites into the land of Canaan. And when Moses died, Joshua assumed command and helped them power through, which is why he's the saint of spies.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. But also, just out of curiosity, if you're praying to him, right? Can you
Mhm.
pray to him about another person being a spy?
I think you can. That falls
S-
into the category.
Could you pray for that person who you're praying the person you're praying for who is a spy? Can you pray for that person to die?
I think so. Like if
It's
you
okay. I just want to know
you
how these powers work. Need to flesh them out. We need to establish boundaries here.
yeah, yeah.
These
Yeah.
seem pretty
It's
OP. They seem OP as
yeah.
heck.
It's weird that there's categories, so there has to be rules to it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
but yeah, yeah, I feel like you could use him as a blessing and a curse, to help a
Yeah.
spy or to hurt a spy. Next one. This is who is this? Saint Lucy.
Saint Lucy. She is
Saint
the
Lucy.
saint of
We zoom in. You're looking at
eyes.
that plate.
Yeah,
You
well,
saw that plate,
eyes?
right?
Why is there
You're
eyes
pretty
there?
on the dot. She's the saint of blindness.
Oh. Does she give blindness? Does she make people
Let's
uh
see.
blind?
Okay, Lucy is said to have prayed at the tomb of her mother because she wanted to avoid being married to someone that they were trying to marry her. She said she didn't need a partner in her life. She only needed Christ. And
Hmm.
instead of taking the marriage, they tortured and killed her. And
Oof.
part of it, the legend is they poked her eyes out first.
Oh yikes.
Yeah,
So yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. You can have something bad happen to you and you can become a saint.
I feel like all the women are the ones that like have everything bad happen to them to become a saint, and all the other dudes are like, "Oh, we're cool."
I mean,
Well, the other chick rode a fish, but whatever.
that's true. That's true. I mean, I think it's probably feeling guilt for what happened to them proactively. Oh, let's just make them a saint. That seems what's happening. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, they feel guilty, so it's like, man, we gotta honor them somehow. Like when they make a bench for someone that died or something, like, let's
That's
just
true.
we remember them. Let me see, is this the last one? No, this is the second to last one. This is Saint Patrick.
Saint Patrick?
Yeah. Do you
Like
know?
you mean the Saint Patrick like the Saint Patrick's Day? Saint Patrick?
Yeah,
You mean the
yeah.
guy
Do
who
you
is
know?
like, "Hey, I'm in Ireland."
There you go. You got it. He is the Saint of Ireland. That's it. That's literally all
Oh,
that says here. He's the Saint of Ireland, and the reason why he's so loved is that apparently when snakes overran the island of Ireland, he ran all the snakes off,
nice. Fuck them
and
snakes. Who cares about snakes?
snakes are fucked up.
They eat things whole. That's gross. That's scary.
Have you
Ugh.
seen those snakes that like fly when they jump,
They
like in
what?
the
They
trees?
fly?
Yeah, they have like African snakes that like fly somehow, and they'll like spin their bodies like this and twirl in the air.
Yikes.
Pretty
I don't
fucking
like that.
crazy.
That's
This
too
is
much
Saint
control of your body.
Saint William. I'm
Saint
pretty sure
William.
that's what it says. Saint William.
Um, well, is he the saint of wolves?
The wolf does have something to do with it. He is the saint of abandoned children.
Oh.
I guess
Hey,
because he's
that's
a
pretty
lone wolf.
nice.
Yeah,
Lone wolf, that makes sense.
yeah.
So
So
if you're an abandoned child,
you pray to him.
then you can pray to him.
Hmm.
Does this clause ever expire once you're an adopted? Can you
I'm
no
pretty.
longer pray to him once you're
He
adopted?
No, he's actually still in that category because you're still abandoned technically if you're adopted. As as bad as that sounds, it's still
That's
in the
true.
same category.
Yeah. You had to have been abandoned to be adopted.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here's a story here. William was an adopted boy, and he was taught to bake. On a journey to Canterbury, he got robbed, and he got knocked down on the head and got his throat slit.
Oh,
And
jeez.
and a woman that found his body put a honeysuckle garland on his head.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
yeah, I guess like, oh, here, rest easy, you slit throated man.
Oh, jeez. That's a pretty vicious way to rob somebody. Why'd you have to slit the throat of him, man? Was he resistant?
I guess so. I mean, maybe he had baked goods, and back then I'm sure baked goods were fucking sweet.
Yeah, not as uh not as not as prevailing as now. But they're everywhere.
And fattening. Last one. This is
Ooh,
Saint Jerome.
Saint Jerome.
The
He's
sexy
the
dude.
he's the saint of knowledge.
I think that's good. He's the saint of archaeologists, librarians, and translators.
Why is so specific?
Because apparently he was gifted a Bible and he translated it into Latin, and that was
Oh,
like the biggest thing someone could do back then was translate a Bible into a different language.
that's nice. Good of him. Good job. That's okay. Some of these saints, they're all given the name saint, but they all did different levels of things to receive that name. A freaking
Hmm.
lady swam on the back of a really big fish, and she was given the name of a saint. Versus someone translated the entire Bible from a language to another, and that requires a lot of skill and knowledge. It's also just called a saint. We
Hmm.
should have different degrees of saints, like depending on what they did.
Yeah,
It's just a proposal.
yeah, at least like a level 1 to level 5, because
Yeah.
like I told you, the one dude my mom would pray to, I gotta find his name. Just, oh, he helps you find things. Like, is that what he did? He just helped someone find something, and they're like, "You're a saint. Thank you."
Yeah. I mean, it's honestly devastating to lose something. And so having somebody just be able to help find it for you, I get it. That's a level 5 power. If 5 is the most powerful, that's the most helpful one, is finding something that you've lost. But
It's
does
the
that
most
just go to the
practical.
physical, or does that go to like finding lost memories,
Yeah,
finding lost experiences, I guess it's just memories. Finding lost memories, would that work?
finding lost children. There's a lot in that category that, again, it falls into, and I don't know. That's how prayer works, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was guess the saint. I'm sure there's a saint for OnlyFans nowadays, or for Fansly.
Yeah, pray to the saint. Pray to the saint and be blessed with money. I see that post all the time on all the social medias.
And it's true. So you gotta do is pray to that saint, or what you can do is work for it and be awesome like you are. What do
Thanks.
Where can they find
Thanks.
you, the people, if they want
Um
to pray to you, Mint?
okay, I do daily movie reviews every day at 7 p.m. ET, youtube.com/ASC presents. If you want to see if I've already reviewed a movie, you can look up Mint Salad Saw in the YouTube bar with whatever movie that you're looking up. And if you want to fast track a movie review, I can do that. $20 Dunos at patreon.com/ASC presents. If you want to help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, go to the link tree, linktr.ee/titsminsalad. If you want to help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews, and that's how you can see me.
Hell yeah. the Saint Mint salad for the autistic people with boobs.
Uh,
And you can find me. I do a daily podcast called That's All Funny. You can find anywhere podcasts are available on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Lorenzo Arreola. Also do another podcast every Monday called That's All Kayfabe, where we talk about wrestling with my buddy Gabe. Check that out. That's All Kayfabe every Monday. And then check out our show, Meet Me and Mint. You can check out both our Patreons where our older episodes of Tits and Areolas are. But yeah, I want to thank all y'all for watching. Thank Mint for being here. She's great. Pray to her. She's amazing. Don't pray on her. And